Today I'm going to walk you through how to find SEO optimized video ideas for YouTube so that your audience can easily search and be able to find you instead of you always having to promote. And so this is going to be really helpful if you're either struggling with just coming up with video ideas or if you're struggling with ranking in search and getting a lot of traffic from YouTube search. This is actually going to be able to help you create video ideas that actually starts bringing in leads automatically without you having to promote your videos or anything like that. Before I get started, I do want to let you know that this whole process I put into a whole workbook that you can get completely for free as my gift to you. And that is by going to the link below and getting my content planning workbook. And so that's going to help you walk through all of these steps and has a lot more information in it for you to really be able to grow your channel well. So today we're going to get started, and the first thing we're going to do is actually start using YouTube search autofill to start generating ideas. So if you haven't already figured out what your channel's about, you want to figure out your niche and your content bucket, and then coming up with keywords that you would want to talk about in each content bucket. And again, the workbook, if you go and download it, is going to help you with all of that. But today I want to focus on just finding SEO video ideas. So what I want you to do is open up an incognito browser tab. So whether you're using Google Chrome or something else, you can just right click on it and hit open incognito. So you can see here, right click and new incognito window. And so in here, we're just going to go to YouTube. So why we're doing this in incognito is that it won't know what we've already been searching, because if it knows what you've been searching, it's going to try and match your preferences. And we just want to see what overall is being searched. So I'm going to come in here, and what I want you to do is type in how to with a star space, and then add in one of the keywords that you want to rank for. And so in my case, I'm going to do research papers because I'm going to focus on my Science Grad School Coach channel. So I'm going to do research paper. So what you can see is up here, it's going to say how to research paper published. But then as you start coming down, you start seeing things appearing between the how-to and the research paper. That is what the asterisk is doing for us. It's allowing it to have a wild card. So it's saying match whatever you find that fits between these things. And this is auto-populating it based off of how often are these things searched. So if something's searched really often, it's going to assume that you might be searching something similar. You can see how to find research papers on Google, how to read research papers, how to write research papers. Here is a whole list of 5 to 10 video ideas that I could start working on and creating. Before we actually sit down and just write out these video ideas and start creating them, we want to make sure that we actually have a likelihood of ranking for these terms. So this is just telling us the amount of search that's going on and what is searched often, but this isn't telling us how many videos are already out there. So for example, how to write a research paper, if there's already hundreds of videos by much bigger channels out there, I'm not going to be able to rank for that term. So doing something like that might be good for YouTube search, but ultimately I'd be down really low in the list in YouTube search. So I want to find topics and keywords that are much more specific that I'll actually be able to rank for. So let's do how to write a research paper. And now instead of staying in this incognito browser, I'm going to go into a different browser. So we're going to do this how to write a research paper. And I'm just going to open up this new browser over here. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and this is now going to be auto-populated with like what I watch and stuff like that. So this is why we didn't do the search in here. So if we do how to write a research paper. So now if you haven't already, go ahead and download and load in the TubeBuddy extension. So it's a free extension. You can use the link in the description below. That's going to allow you to download the free TubeBuddy extension. And so what you can see is if I scroll down here, here's my TubeBuddy extension. So Here you can see the search volume is excellent, which is what our previous work in the autofill was doing, was searching for words that have good search volume. But we can see that the competition really isn't good because there's a lot of videos already out there. And you can see as we're searching through this, there's a lot of videos on how to write research papers, and a lot of them are already doing well. So this is probably going to be something that's much harder for me to actually rank for. So the overall is a good. And so that's something I could do, but if you're a really, really small channel, you probably want to get into the very good to excellent, because that's where you're actually going to get the lower competition to be able to rank for those keywords. If you have the free version of TubeBuddy, you're going to be able to see this graphic here, and then you're going to be able to see the common video tags down here. I don't think you can see the related searches with the free version. And then I also, you have only so many searches you can do. You can only look up so many keywords. So you'd have to do this segmented over time if you want to stay on the free version. But you can do the same process. If you pay for the pro version, which is what I currently have, you can see that I can see these related searches here. I can then start looking at, okay, this is going to tell me what other keywords or people are searching that's similar to what I just did. So how to write a research paper for beginners. So you can see that this is like how to write a research paper fast, how to write a research paper introduction. So these are all additional ideas. So this is how to write a research paper for journal publication. So because a research paper has a lot of different contexts, I want to look at this. So I can just expand that into this one, into a new field. Yeah, so this is actually a worse keyword to search for. You can see that the search volume is poor, but the competition is really good. They wouldn't suggest me to write this. Now I could alter this because a lot of people might not say research paper, but research article. And so now we can see that I'm now in very good. There's not a ton of search volume, but also the competition's really low. And you can actually see that my own videos are actually coming up for this. That's a way where I can get from an auto-filled search term and actually use TubeBuddy to figure out, okay, what is the actual search terms I should use to actually be better to rank for them. And so in this case, I would probably create a video on how to write a research article for journal publication. You can also see that there's this one here that takes out the publication, and I can open up that one to see if that's a little bit better. So yeah, so you can see this is excellent now whenever you take out that publication, because a lot of people might just say for a journal or something like that. And so now this is how we get what's called long tail keywords. We keep adding qualifiers and things in there so that there's very few people that are creating videos on that specific keyword. You can expand this even further by doing how to write a research article introduction or doing the different parts of it. So by starting with just this phrase with how to, an asterisk, and then your keyword, this is how you can start creating video ideas that's actually really data driven, because all of this steps is using data that you can't see or have access to. And this is what's actually going to help skyrocket your channel. So if you download that content planner workbook that I said earlier, I have 2 more structures for how to structure your searches for you to be able to actually find even more ideas and things like that. So make sure you download that. So I want to show you how well this video is actually doing and how much of it is actually coming from YouTube search traffic, because this is a video that clearly is related to this whole process. So if I come into my YouTube studio and I'm going to go to my analytics, and then I'm specifically going to look for this video. So I'm going to click on it to look at its analytics. And then I'm going to see more and go to the traffic source. So this is now showing you how much is coming from YouTube search. And you can see that by far the majority of my views right now is coming from YouTube search. And so YouTube search always takes a little bit of time to get started. So you can see this video was published on September 20th, and when it actually went past the external views was October. So about a month for it to really start picking up, at least a couple weeks. So once you publish a video, you shouldn't expect that you're going to start seeing a lot coming in from YouTube search. It takes it a while for YouTube to really figure out how it's doing and what terms to actually show it for. So then you can see that by far I've gotten many more views from YouTube search as a traffic source. And so all of these views that have come in, so at this point there's been over 2,000 views that have come in on this video without me doing anything. It's just people searching for it and it being an answer to what they're looking for. And so then they watch it, and in this I have a lead magnet that leads them to a checklist they can get. Then they join my email list, and that's how you start building a business that is going to basically work on its own and continue working, where all you have to do is keep producing searchable content. So make sure that you download that content planning workbook so that you can go through and actually come up with a year's worth of ideas following this process really simply. And these are ideas that are actually going to help you rank in search and actually start getting people finding your channel and your content. Also, don't forget to download the TubeBuddy extension in the description below. I hope this video was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.